I serve on the Youth Programs Advisory Council. In that role, I'm the liaison between the Portland Public Schools high school librarians and literary arts. When literary arts brings authors in, they help us with books so that we can prepare our students for the author visit, so they're really familiar with the author's work and life when they come, so they can ask great questions and get as much as possible out of those visits. The Writers in the Schools program is really important to us. The writers who come in are very cool and very accomplished, and they're very supportive of our students.
I used to do serious journalism, and now I mostly make things up. I write novels and short stories. I was spending most of my time alone at home writing this novel that I never thought was going to go out into the world. And then it did go out into the world. And one of the first things they tell you is when you publish a novel, you should never quit your day job. And the very first thing I did was quit my day job. So I was in Portland, embarking on this new quote unquote career, broke, terrified. And then somebody from Literary Arts got in touch and asked me if I wanted to do a reading. And then they let me know about the fellowships, and they let me know about submitting for the book awards. And suddenly, within the span of a very short amount of time, I went from feeling completely unanchored in this town where I knew nobody to feeling like I was part of the fabric of the writing community in Portland. And without literary arts, that simply would never have happened.
My connection to literary arts is mostly as a reader and as a patron. I moved to Portland a couple years ago and was really looking for a community of people. Community is made deeper and more thoughtful by a connection to books and ideas and authors. And I think that literary arts helps our community here in Portland expand our understanding of what it is to be alive. It helps us become more thoughtful people engaging in our world more deeply.
One of the prerequisites for some of the worst things we do to each other as human beings is the elimination of people's stories. That's one of the reasons I find it really, really important to have an organization that tries to uplift as many people's stories as possible. It's not just a matter of literary arts being an important cultural organization or facilitating various events. This is really important for a society, to have an organization that exposes human beings to other human beings' stories.
The importance cannot be overstated. Representation in literature is so important, especially in a diverse school like ours. We have students from all different countries.
Without literary arts, Portland would feel like a much lonelier city to be a reader. It would mean that reading is much more something that I do on my own and think about with isolated friends who also read a lot, but wouldn't think of it as a way to meet people and a way to be thinking through issues with other people, which really has been such a meaningful experience.
You don't really get a sense of what it is you're missing. You know, if I'd never walked into One Page Wednesdays, or if I've never walked into a literary arts event, I wouldn't have sort of conceptualized that it should be there. I've lived in places where everybody's working in their own little silos, and it's fine, you get your work out, but the thing that's missing is a kind of negative space. And you only really realize it when you walk into an event here and you see writer friends that you haven't seen in months, and you can ask them what they're working on. And just being in that community, I think, is really, really important. And not just Portland, but any city would be worse off without it.
We first come to reading as a way of escaping and thinking about different worlds that we might be able to step into. But as you get older, and certainly as an adult, reading is a really essential way of understanding and parsing the world around you. It's a way of understanding different perspectives. It's a way of learning, but also a way of exposing yourself to different people and to different kinds of living.
Through literary arts programming, students are exposed to a wide variety of different types of ideas, different types of people. That makes them more critical thinkers and better able to participate in civic life going forward.
At Literary Arts, our mission is to engage readers,
support writers,
and to inspire the next generation with great literature.